I'm Dr. Kristen R. Bromley. This video series, which is part of my online music academy, specifically accompanies Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 from my Method Book series. Like all my books, this selection is available to purchase through Amazon and Google Play. For help, see the links in the description below. In the videos which are part of this specific course, I progress through the lessons in Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2, explaining and demonstrating concepts and playing each of the songs and exercises contained therein, so you can hear how they sound and play them right along with me. You are of course welcome to view these videos with or without the book, but with the book you can work through all the songs and exercises, and in the process learn all the various types of chords used to play music on the guitar and master your chord playing abilities. Alright, let's get to jamming in this lesson. Welcome back. Here we are in lesson 21. In this one we're going to talk about suspended dominant seventh chords. So in the last two lessons we've been talking about suspended chords. This one relates really well to two lessons ago, lesson 19, where we talked about sus4 chords or suspended 4 chords. We're going to continue in this lesson to talk about suspended 4 chords, but these ones have the flatted 7th as well. So these are dominant 7th chords with a suspended 4th. Let's take a look at the theory. So, and we're on page 138. So on page 138, you've got the notation written there, the same sort of thing. I'm just using the numbers to explain it here on the board. So with a dominant 7th chord that is suspended, we have the root. We're going to have the 4th. The 4th is going to replace, this is the perfect 4th, replacing the 3rd. So in your example there, we're in the key of C. So instead of having C, E, which would be the 3rd, we have C, F, so it's suspended. And then we have 5th. This is the perfect 4th above the root. This is the interval of a perfect 5th. It's the 5th that comes from the major scale. So we can still have that one in the chord. So we have our suspended little triad meaning 3 notes. But we also have the flatted 7th added to it, which is a minor 7th interval above the root, also known as the flatted 7th. So those are both two ways of saying the same thing. So this has a C, C, F, G, and then a B flat. And to create that, we have to sort of get rid of the 5th to make that happen in first position. And sometimes the 5th is actually omittable. The ones that are the most important are the 4th and the flatted 7th. The 4th makes it suspended, the flatted 7th makes it dominant. So these are dominant chords with a suspended 4th. 3rd's replaced by that 4th. The 4th is 1 fret higher than the 3rd. Okay, let's go ahead and look at some of these shapes. There in the middle of page 138 we have both the open position shapes and the movable shapes shown. And I use both somewhat regularly in different styles of music. So look at the open position ones first. If we were to play an A7 chord, and then the 3rd happens to be that 2nd fret, 2nd string, just like it was when we made the sus4, I take that one 1 fret higher, and I get an A7 sus4. Sometimes I think these create a little lift. As you go, if you go from regular A7, suspend it, and then it likes to go home to the 1 chord. And that's partially because this is a D note, so the 1 chord, so talking of keys again, the D chord is a 1 chord, the A7 is the 5 chord in that key, back to 1. So we have that 5 chord and then we suspend it. That note that we're suspending it with is the root of the 1 chord, and it just kind of pulls us there with this lift and then finally takes us home. So you'll see that sort of thing happening in music. We'll see that in some of the progressions that we do. So that's A sus4. Let's look at B7 sus4. That was A7 sus4. Here's B7 sus4. So my index finger is on the 3rd of this chord, and it's just going to go 1 fret higher. And I create a sus4. Note that if we use the low 6th string and played that chord, we'd be playing that A sus2, or as A sus4 add 2. It'd be the same one, but we're just playing the B7 sus4. There's a little bit of a an interrelation there. C7 sus4. If we play C7, we're going to make it up to the sus4. I got to take my third and go up a fret. So 1, 2, 3, all there, and then my index. Now I could, if I wanted to, bar the top 2 strings with that index, but on your example there on page 138, it's got a muted top string. D7 sus4. We'd normally play D7 as so, and we're going to go 1 fret higher on that top string. Makes that a sus4. E7 we normally play as so. Take what our index finger's on, go 1 fret higher, and we have the E7 sus4. F7 sus4. This is a new one. We never had an F7 chord that we played, but it's going to be your pinky at the 4th fret, 2nd string, and I take my F chord, make it into a suspended F chord, and then put my pinky on that 4th fret, and I'll have F7 sus4. Another way that you could play it is as the bar chord version. A lot of people may prefer the bar chord version, which we'll be looking at here in a second. G7 sus4. I would normally play my G7 as so. I have 2 places where there's a third. My middle finger, 2nd fret, 5th string, and my open 2nd string. So I'm not playing them both. I'm muting the 5th string, and then I'm raising that B up to the 4th and playing it as so. So we're going to try those out here in a minute. Let's look at the movable shapes. We'll do them at the 5th fret. So I've got A, and if I played A7, it would be as so. I put my pinky, raise this finger up a fret. That's where we get our suspension. And that's where, when playing F7 sus, you might prefer to play it as the bar chord version. I certainly would. Probably most of the time, unless I want that 4-string sound. And then the one on the 5th string, we've got the D here. Make it a D7. And then we go up to it. So we got the D chord, up to the D7, which is the A7 shape or 5th string form shape. My third is where I'm playing with my pinky. It just goes up 1 fret. And so those are commonly played. They're also very fingerable in the bar chord form. So as we work through this lesson, I recommend that you could do both all the open position chords and then go back and do the whole lesson with the movable shapes, or vice versa. We didn't look at chord symbols yet, but the chord symbol usually just has the root, and then the 7th, telling us it's a dominant 7th chord, and then either sus4 or sus, telling that it's suspended. So you can see some examples here. You got plenty of examples about a third the way down on page 138. So B7 sus4 or B flat 7 sus4, or B flat 7 sus, F sharp 7 sus4, or F sharp 7 sus. And then you have the C. So the root plus the 7th, and then either sus4 or sus lets us know it's that. All right, let's head on in, and we'll go to the bottom of page 138. We'll start playing some of these progressions, putting these chords into practice. Let's go there next. Okay, so here we are with number 1 at the bottom of page 138, pop music progression G7. So in this one we're going to practice with A7 sus4. So as a reminder, if I'm playing open position chords, then I'm going to take what's on that top string and I'm going to move it 1 fret higher. Top string I have a finger on, so string 2, 2nd fret's going to go up to the 3rd fret. So that's how we do that. The strumming pattern we're going to use is just down, down, up, down, up. Easy one to break these in with. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and D, G, D, A7 sus4, D, G, A7 sus4, and back to D. Let's take a look at that as if it was in bar chords and the movable shapes. I won't always do this. Well, we know are the D chord and the G and the D and the A7. So we have an A7 right there. We got the 5th fret, 6th string. We have an A. Turn that into an A7. Make it an A7 sus by raising what we're using. The one we're playing with our middle finger goes up a fret, and I get A7 sus. Let's play it with movable chords now. 1, 2, ready, and we got D to the G to D, A7 sus 4, D to the G, A7 sus 4, and D. Okay. Let's go over to page 139 and do number 2, pop music progression H7. For this one, we're going to use E7 sus 4. So our E7 chord, we take where we're playing with our index finger, needs to go 1 fret higher. I finger it, middle finger, 5th string, 2nd fret. Ring finger is on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. We strum all 6 strings. We'll use down, down, up, down, up for this one as well. Here you go. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready. You got A, E7, E7 sus 4, back to A. Then the D, E7, E7 sus 4, back to A. Then we got the D, 7 sus 4, and then the A, E7, E7 sus 4, and back to A. Let's look at that one as if it was with the, let's look at that one with the movable chords as well. This is the other one that I'll do, and then as we continue, if you want to practice in both, you should just keep backing up and replaying them with me, using movable chords where I use the open position chords, but I'll only demonstrate them with the open position chords, as those ones are different every time, besides finding the different locations on the neck. So here we go. We got the A and the E7. So those chords we've played before back in the bar chord lesson. We have E7 sus 4. So they're at the 7th fret of the 5th string. If we want to take that E7 chord and make it suspended, do is take our pinky and go 1 fret higher. Okay, so let's try it. 1, 2, ready, and we got A to E7, E7 sus 4, and A. Then on to D, E7, E7 sus 4, and A. Then the D, E7 sus 4, and then the A, E7, E7 sus 4, and A. Alrighty, and we're going to look at number 3 now, pop music progression I7. As we continue through the rest of the lesson, I'm only going to demonstrate and personally do the ones that are in first position, but you can and should practice both the movable and the first position chords for a more complete study. Okay, so let's look at number 3. We have D7 sus 4. So we take our D7 chord, and on the top string we go 1 fret higher, and it becomes D7 sus 4. Now a lot of times just play that with my pinky, just like so. In the book, you'll see lots of these suggested fingerings. Sometimes I use those, sometimes I use others. Sometimes it's just a context. But you should find something that is comfortable and works for you. This one's in 3/4 times, so we're going to go down, down, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up. Use that strumming pattern a lot, so we'll just dive in. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. We got G. sus 4 to D7 first time we had that D7 sus4. I don't think I quite spit out the 7 part of that when I was saying it. Sometimes it's a little tricky saying these chords at the same time as playing. Let's move on now to number 4, pop music progression G7. On this one we're going to worry about the G7 sus4. So I just bar across the top 2 strings with my index finger and then play my ring finger on the root, which is at the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and I mute the 5th string. And we're going to go down, down, up, down, up. This one's also on 3/4. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. We got C, G7 sus4, C, G7 sus4, C, F, C, G7 sus4, and C, G7 sus4, and C, G7 sus4. We got the C, F, G7 sus4, and C. We'll end there. Let's turn over to page 140. Okay, so here we are with number 5 on page 140, pop music progression K7. With this one we have the C7 sus4. So I take my C7, I mute the top string because that's one of the 3rds, and then I raise where my middle finger is at the 2nd fret of the 4th string up a fret to make it suspended, and we have C7 sus. This one's also going to have G add 9. I was just playing a different one, but we got the middle finger. A, you'll remember that our index is on the A note, which is 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then we're on the top string to get that G add 9. And then we also have the D7 sus4 in this one, so we need to review that one. We're going to use down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, like so. So, and in this case, we're all the measures that have 2 chords. There isn't a place where we have to switch in the middle of that strumming pattern, so we'll just go ahead and go for it without any practicing. Just down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. 1, 2, ready, and C7 sus4. G add 9. C7 sus4. And then we have an F. The D7 sus4 to a G to a C7 sus4 and back to F. Okay, let's go on to number 6, pop music progression L7. So in this one we have the F7 sus4. You can use the 4-string version, where we take F and suspend it, and then put our pinky on a flatted 7th, 4th string, 4th fret, 2nd string. Or you can just use the bar chord version, which is what I'm going to do. And then we've got C add 9, we've played a lot. Reminder about D sus2 though, we lift our 2nd finger off, our middle finger off, make that top string ring open, and we get D sus2. A7 sus4's in this one. We haven't done that one since the first exercise, but it's just 1 fret higher there. We're going to go down, up, mute, down, up, down, up, down, up, mute, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, ready, and F7 sus4. Then we have the C add 9. We have D sus2. Got the F7 sus4, C add 9, A7 sus4, look at number 7 now, pop music progression M7. In this one, we're going to use D7 sus4, which we're becoming familiar with, and we're going to use A7 sus4. And also, a blast from the past, we're going to use C sus4. So not C7 sus4, but C sus4. You might recall we take our C chord, the open E is a third, so we're going to have to bar at the first fret with those 2 strings. And then our middle finger also plays a third, and it needs to go 1 fret higher. So my 3rd and 4th fingers, my ring and my pinky, are on the 5th and 4th strings at the 3rd fret, and then my index is barring over the first 2 strings and at the 1st fret, and then the 3rd string remains open. In this one, we're going to use down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. 1, 2, ready, and we go G to the D7 sus4 to C sus4 back to G, C sus4 to G, A7 sus4, B7 sus4, and G, E7 sus4, C sus4, and G, C sus4, and G, E7 sus4, and G. Alright, page 141 now. Let's go there and we'll do number 8, pop music progression N7. So on this one we've got the G7 sus4. My index bars those first 2 strings on the 1st fret. My ring finger grabs the root. I've played this one before. Mute the 5th string but leave the others open. The C7 sus4 this time. So as you recall, we take C7, raise that up a fret, and mute that top string. F7 sus4, you can play 4 strings or the bar chord version. This time I'm going to go ahead and just play it. I'm going to play it on those top 4 strings and not do the bar chord version this time, so I'll demonstrate that. You can join me or do whichever you'd prefer. In this case, whatever you do, I do the F the same way. So F up to F7 sus4 or F up to F7 sus4. Then we have an E7 sus4, and then we also have a C and G. So we're going to do down, up, mute, down, up, down, up, down, up, slop, down, up, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and G. G7 sus4, C, C7 sus4, F, F7 sus4, E7 sus4. We got the C7 sus4, F7 sus4, G7 sus4, and C. Alrighty, and we'll go on to number 9 now, pop music progression 07. This one has a lot of add 9 chords that we haven't done for a little while. So E add 9, we're going to play E chord and add our pinky up 2nd fret on the top string. A add 9, we're going to add, it's like playing A7 and then our pinky reaches to that 4th fret of the 3rd string. For this one we're going to use B7 sus4. So B7 we got to take and take where our index finger is and it goes up a fret. So that's where our 3rd is with the one our index plays, and then we have to B7 sus4. First time using this one, but then we're going to have those add 9 chords back in, which we haven't seen for a little while. And we're going to have 1, 2, 3. So it's in 3/4 time. down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. We got E at 9. A at 9. E at 9. E7 sus4. E at 9. A at 9. E at 9. E7 sus4 and E at 9. E7 sus4 and E at 9. Right, here we go with the E7 sus4. Back to E at 9. And then the A at 9. And E at 9. E7 sus4 and E at 9. Alrighty, let's go on to number 10 now. Pop music progression P7. And this one, we're just going to be practicing with E7 sus4 and E7 sus4 again. So those are our newer ones. Strumming pattern: down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 4 and here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. We got E7 sus4 A and B7 sus4 E7 sus4 E7 sus4 and back to E. Let's flip over to page 142 now, and we'll do number 11. So, B7 sus4, G7 sus4, C7 sus4, and F7 sus4. We're going to be using all those. We're going to go down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up. I'll slow that down. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up. I often accent beats 2 and 4. It's kind of like drums. Do do ka da ka ka do ka da ka do ku ka ka da ka ka do ka da ka. Kind of a rock beat. So. A slight accent. 1, 2, ready, and we got B7 sus4. E7 sus4 and C. C7 sus4 and F. F7 sus4. Okay, so let's do the last one of this lesson, number 12, pop music progression R7. This one has chords that we've used before. They're all there, so I won't go over them. In almost every case, we're going from a 1 chord to its dominant 7th, its suspended version of its dominant 7th chord, its 5 chord, except the last line. That one's a little different. But other than that, that's what we're doing. We're going to use the strumming pattern: down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, and E. E7 sus4. sus4, and C, G7 sus4, we get the F, to C7 sus4, and F, to C7 sus4, and the G, to an F7 sus4, and a G, and an F7 sus4, and they're on G. Alright, so there we are. We've done most of those just with the first position chords. You could go back, do them with the bar chords if you haven't been doing both at the same time. And those are dominant 7 sus chords. We see those from time to time in pop music. We see them in jazz music, classical music. So they get used. The next lesson that we're going to be doing is 7th chords. We're really starting to get into jazzy chords as we move into 7th chords. I love the sounds of the jazz chords, and so jazz chords usually have a 7th in them. Sometimes they have a 6th. Sometimes they have some other colors as well. But that's what lesson 22 will be, 7th chords. Hope you're having a blast playing guitar. We'll see you next time. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For help with other guitar playing skills, check out more of my method books and the numerous lessons available as part of my online academy here on YouTube. You can find more information about me and my products at kristenbromley.com. Take care.